so you're here today just following up from the first meeting that we had. Today we're going to do some passive testing and some active testing. So passive testing is a lot more of your measurements, okay, taking your weight, taking your blood pressure, all that sort of thing. And that's just part of our screening process as well, all right? So I'll just get you to fill out the top for me. And the date is the 8th. And just your date of birth. And your age. Now, do you know your height and weight?
Yeah, I'm 162 centimetres.
Mm-hmm.
And my weight is 54.
Okay, so I might just do a quick measurement anyway, even though that you know what yours is. And if you just come over to the wall here, and if you stand with your heels against the wall, standing up nice and tall, I'm going to do your height first. And just looking straight ahead.
So you said about 162. And 50, 60.
Beautiful. Okay, and then the scales here, I'm just going to tap them to turn on. Okay, you can jump on those scales for me. Excellent, 54, spot on. All right, so it's just good to check, especially with weight and all that sort of thing, because it can fluctuate a little bit. All right, the next one we're going to do is your resting heart rate. So what I want you to do is, if you're not sure where to go, find your throat and then just go to the left or right a bit into that little groove.
Mm-hmm.
And can you find your pulse? Can you feel it? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to get you to count for 60 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I'm going to time you. Ready? And go. And stop there.
75.
Okay, so we'll write that down. That's not too bad. So sitting between that 60 and 70 is not too bad. The Fitty-Wah, on the lower side it might be, but that's pretty good. All right. So the next one is going to be your blood pressure, and I'm going to take it on the left-hand side. You haven't had any surgeries or anything on that left-hand side? Okay. Have you had your blood pressure taken before? All right, so we're going to pop it on the top part of your arm. So if you can feed your arm through the cuff, and I might just rest that on the lap if I can. Just bring your arm down for me. Nice and firm, but not too tight. Okay, just rest your arm on your lap. And it will get a bit firm around your arm. Just try and keep it sort of fairly straight. That's it. So it's just reading your blood pressure, and it will give us a heart rate, resting heart rate as well. So 92 on 57 and 76. So So that's on the low side. I'll just get you to hold that for me. You can have a look if you like. So 92 on 57. So that is on the lowish side. Do you have any dizziness when you get up and down, or
Sometimes, yeah.
you do?
If I get up too fast,
Yeah.
I get a bit
Yeah.
lightheaded.
Do you drink a lot of water during the day?
Try to, yeah.
Yeah. So I would advise you just to try and keep your fluid intake up, because that's one way to help just sort of stabilise that blood pressure a little bit. And I mean, you counted 75 and your heart rate says 76, so beautiful. Okay. But having a nice sort of low blood pressure, if that's what you normally run on, just gives us an indication that, you know, your heart's fairly healthy and strong. Okay, so your BMI rating. So your BMI is a rating of your weight according to your height and all that sort of thing. So from our previous, so we've got 161 on 54. Where's my phone? So 161 on 54. What we're going to do is, I get my calculator out, we're going to square your height. So 161, we go 1.61 times 1.61 equals 2.59. So I'm going to go 2.6 for your reading. And then we get your weight, which was 54. Divide that by the 2.6. And it gives you 20.769. So we're going to go 20.77. And then if we have a look at our BMI, so here, so 20.77 falls in this normal category. Okay, so it gives us an idea we're in that normal weight range for your height, okay, which is good. Okay, our next lot of measurements is going to be using the measuring tape on different points of your body. Okay, you happy for me to do that? Yeah, okay. So let's just move these chairs out of the way. Our first one is going to be our chest. So I'll get you to stand facing me. And I'll get you just to pop your arms out just to start off with. And I'm going to come around to the side. I'm just going to bring this. Alright, bring your arms down for me, just hanging by your side. Get that sleeve out of the way. That's it. Just make sure that's nice and straight. Alright, so that says 79. The next one is your waist. So if you can show me where the narrow part of your waist is. Okay, I'm just going to thread it through. That's it. Is that your belly button there?
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm just going to pop it over your belly button. That's it. Looking straight ahead. That says 67. Okay, your next one is going to be your hips. I'm just going to bring it around the lower part of your hips. It says 94. Okay, if you can just stand wide for me, yeah, make a fist, and that's going to be my measuring point just below that fist for your thighs. So standing nice and still. That's 48. And your arms, so if you can bring one arm out, that's it. I'm just going to measure around the middle of that arm. So 23 and a half. Great. Now we're going to use some of these measurements to find out what your measurement is according to your waist and your hips. So your waist and your hips here, okay? If it's over a certain measurement for ladies, I think it's about 0.85, it just means that we need to get this part of your body, the internal fat, we need to decrease it, okay? Because if you have too much fat sitting there around your organs, around your belly and all that sort of thing, it can lead to diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular disease, heart disease, all that sort of thing. Okay, so we're just going to take, we don't have to do any more measurements, we're just going to take two measurements. So your waist, which is 67, and we're going to divide that by your hips, and we get 0.71, which is way below what it should be.
What was the other one?
Ladies. 0.85.
Okay.
Okay, so you're in that really low category. Okay, so it's telling me that you don't have a lot. We call it visceral fat because it sits around your organs and sits in your belly and all that sort of stuff. You don't have a lot of that abdominal fat, all right, which is good. Okay, so we can go ahead now and start with our active testing. Okay, the first one we're going to do is a step test. All right, so I'll get you to come and stand just to the side of this step, and I'm going to demonstrate what we're going to do. So there is a certain beat that you have to stay to. This is going to give me an idea of what your cardiovascular fitness is like. Okay, so if you listen, I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to get you to practice and then we'll start, okay? So this is the beat. Okay, you go up, up, down, down. And just lead with the same leg for the whole time.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll let you have a practice. Okay, and we'll stop there.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to do it for 3 minutes.
All together?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
If you don't make it for the 3 minutes or you start to get out of time, I'll just stop it and make a note of what time you got up to, and we'll take your pulse as well. So 3 minutes, then you're going to sit down, find your pulse, and then I'm going to get you to count it for a minute, and that will give us an idea of where you sit according to your age and your cardiovascular health. All right, so we're going to go for 3 minutes. Let's stop that, and let's go back. All right, are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
take a seat. Find your pulse. And go. And stop there.
114.
Okay, so if you have a look, females less than 36 years of age, you're sort of sitting in around here. Okay, so around between that 34 and 39. Okay, so not too bad. It just gives us a baseline, oxygen consumption during that 3-minute step test. Okay, and it just gives us a baseline. So in your paperwork, when we did the first screening, you were talking about increasing your endurance and your cardio fitness and all that sort of stuff. So that's actually going to give us a bit of a baseline. And we can retest that, say, in a month's time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll be able to compare. Okay. You're sitting between average and above average. All right. So, your goals was to increase. We can retest, and then you can see how you've improved. Okay. So you're sitting about that middle of the range at the moment. So I'll just write this. All right, the next one we're going to do is a push-up test. Now we can go knees or toes. You're going to go for 1 minute. You can have a rest in between. We're just going to count the number of reps that you do in that minute. And then again, gives us an idea of your upper body strength. We can retest it later on. All right, so what we're going to do is I'll just clear this step out of the way. And we'll clear a chair out of the way. And with our push-ups, so nice flat back, just drop the hips down, anchor the toes, hands are just slightly wider than your shoulders. And it's down and up, okay? Elbows just slightly pointing out, all right? So remember, you can stop and have a rest if you need. Okay, we're ready. And go. And stop there. Good. All right. So, counting 20 there. Toes. And if we have a look. Okay, so females, we did modify them. So so you got 20, 29. That's good. Okay. So, and we'll be retesting that later on as well, because in your PT sessions we won't just work on cardio, we'll work on developing that whole upper body strength, especially just to keep you nice and balanced. Okay, the next one is a flexibility test. So testing the flexibility through your lower back and your hamstrings. So what I'll get you to do is just stand up there for me. I'm just going to bring this over here. All right. Move this out of the way. All right, so if I can get in behind the step, and I'm just going to demonstrate what we're doing. Come and stand over here. So you're going to sit up nice and tall, okay? Knees are pushed towards the ground, back up straight, hand on top of each other, line up your fingers, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to lean forward and you're going to hold for 3 seconds, okay? I'm going to measure that, and then you're going to come back. You're going to do that 2 more times, all right? And that's going to give me an average of what your flexibility is like. If you can get past your toes, that means you've got pretty good flexibility. If you can't reach your toes, that's something that we need to work on, all right? I'm actually going to put this in between and just stand it up so that gives me something to measure it. Okay, pushing those knees towards the floor, sitting up nice and tall, hands on top of each other. That's it. Okay, holding for about 3 seconds. Beautiful. So your toes are there. That's okay. Oh, excellent. Good. Try and sit those toes up nice and tall. Yep, so just straight like that. That's it. Okay. Yep, that's it. Perfect. All right. Ready to go again? Keep them, yep, keep them straight. All right, hands on top. Ready. Reach. Lovely.
Oh,
16 that time. Good.
No, I'm pushing myself.
That's all right. You can wiggle your legs around a little bit if you just need to sort of loosen things up.
Nerve rather than
Yeah, okay.
hemming.
So if it hurts, just let me know.
Oh no, it's just like, it doesn't feel like my hemming, it's just like nerve.
Okay, yeah. All right, so hands on top of each other. This is your last one. Leaning forward. Excellent. I'm going to say 17 for that one.
Yeah, no.
Good stuff. Oh, very good flexibility. So we will write that one down.
Yeah, let me warm up.
Oh, your step test warmed up.
No.
So sit and reach. And we had plus. So we had plus, it was like 12 plus 15 plus 17. So you got better with each one, okay? So if we have a look here, we're going to add those 3 up, and then we're going to divide by 3. So we've got 12 plus 15 plus 17, and then divide that by 3, we get 14.6.
What's my age there?
So
Oh,
you're,
Oh,
yeah, so you're well above the mean or the average for that.
Not filming?
No. Good, excellent. So obviously flexibility is not something that we have to be continuously worried about, but we'll still include stretching, okay? So it just looks like, you know, the cardio fitness is one area that we have to work on, which is one of your goals anyway.
Yeah.
Okay? You happy with all that?
Mhm.
Cool.